When you think of your entire career, and I know there's going to be a lot, but what is one of the funniest memory that you have?
And at the first Super Bowl, when Bill Ring was so excited, he had to pee in the huddle on the AstroTurf. On all of their shoes.
Got on everyone's shoes. They were really happy with me.
So wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
That's my
Wait, time out.
It was
So at the
AstroTurf.
Super Bowl, go back. So what happened?
I was in the huddle and I had to go, and so I went on the field. And I managed to urinate. That's all I'll say.
In the huddle.
The last Super Bowl, you know, the veterans asked me to go and talk to George Seifert because in the Super Bowl you're there the whole week, and since our days off are Tuesdays anyways, you know, I asked George if we can keep the curfew the same instead of 10:15, 11:15, because you know we're there the whole week and try to keep things normal. And George agreed to it until Wednesday when Dion, you know, he's from Florida. He had his charity event, and he was 15 minutes late to curfew. But the hotel we stayed at, there's a long driveway to go in there, so obviously the traffic is really, really busy. So Dion was 15 minutes late because he was stuck there. And George came in and started cussing all of us and left with the coaches and said, you guys figure this thing out. Until I found out Merton Hanks and William Floyd were 2 hours late. So I go up to Mert, I said, Mert, you know, some few choice words. What's going on? And Mert said, we told Eddie DeBartolo that curfew's at 11:15, and he said, don't worry about it. So I went from being a little bit angry to feeling like, where was I? Why didn't you invite me to come?
It happened in Minnesota. We were playing Denver, and we were getting our butts beat. Halftime, we got, you know, a good tongue lashing, right? And it's later in the season, so it was snow out there. And so we actually clawed back, and we beat them. And it's like a couple minutes left, and we clearly have the game. And now the crowd is starting to throw snowballs. So I'm putting my helmet on. I turned to Henry Thomas, hey, put your helmet on, they're throwing snowballs. He said, that don't matter, this and that. Pow! Just as he said it, snowball, bing, right on the side of his face, and the face was like, ugh, and it just melted and oozed down into his pads, and we just fell out laughing. As soon as I said it. Ha!
In Rockland, most guys, a lot of guys walked, but to different places, you know, to meeting rooms, to practice, to the chow hall, but a lot of guys rode bikes. So you rented a bike for the 6 weeks that you were in training camp, but Joe loved locking them all up or stealing them, or one night we decided to line them all up on top of the overhang over the entrance to the dorm. We had like 30 bikes lined up all the way across. We lifted them all up on the top of the roof.
What was the reaction?
Like, where's my bike? I don't know.
There's a guy on the team by the name of Dale Rogers. We call him Popcorn. We have our own reasons for calling him Popcorn. But he had just got a Porsche, just like Bill Wash, and he was excited about it. And someone went outside, and I won't say who it was, and wrote on his license plate, put white tape all over it, and wrote on his license plate and put Lucille on it. And it got pulled over by the police. And so it may have been our quarterback. I'm not quite sure, but there's rumors. That's probably one of the funniest ones.